Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Q&A Sunday number 9. We have 16 odd questions from our good friend Adam Buskirk. So I am going to be putting in a new rule. Only 2 questions maximum per user. Sorry, Adam. I know you're very enthusiastic, but I gotta draw the line somewhere. And I'm gonna shotgun through these as quickly as possible. So, number 1. I know you and Melanie have reviewed some movies on your channel before, but have either of you thought about doing it more often? Only when it's something that we, see together. Something in theaters, or if it's a direct-to-DVD DC animated, like we did with The Dark Knight Returns Part 1 and 2. We were going to do one for X-Men, but due to time constraints and the fact that we saw it pretty late, probably isn't going to happen. Number 2, would you rather have KOTOR 3 or Force Unleashed 3? I'd rather have Force Unleashed 3 so we can actually get a definitive end to that game series. But since all Expanded Universe games are now non-canon and they're just going to reboot everything, not likely it's going to happen. Number 3, do you have any portable gaming? 3DS, Vita, etc. If you don't count my mobile phone, the only thing I have portable is a Game Boy Advance SP to play old school Game Boy and Game Boy Advance. I did have a DS, but that has since been sold due to some financial trouble I've been going through. I'm not going to get into that. We're just going to continue on with the questions. Number 4, War from Darksiders versus Kratos from God of War. Who would win in a fight to the death? Both have their weapons and abilities. Sounds like it's time for a death battle! Kratos was already in a death battle, but War from Darksiders or Kratos? Honestly, couldn't tell you, because they're both sort of in that immortal, I've got superpowers. It's hard to say. Like, this is really something that could go to Ben and Chad for Screwattack for death battle, but since they already did Kratos against Spawn, I can't remember the outcome of that one. I don't think they'll be revisiting Kratos anytime soon. Number 5, in early videos you said that you enjoyed the Green Lantern film. Do you hope that Ryan Reynolds returns to do Justice League? He said in an interview last year he might consider it depending on the script/director. I really hope he does, to keep in continuity, but since this is going to be like the brooding Nolan-esque type universe, I don't think they'll put the happy-go-lucky Ryan Reynolds in there, which they really should. I would actually like to see not Hal Jordan Green Lantern, but why not Jon Stewart? Let's get some diversity into this Justice League, Let's get Jon Stewart, because I like Jon Stewart Green Lantern, ex-Marine, all that good stuff. Get him in there. Number 6, Pokemon or Digimon? Which do you prefer? Pokemon, just because the games are better, and Digimon, their last names are all Mon. Like I keep seeing it, and I hear, Agramon, Digivolve 2, blah, 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 Mon. Just don't care. Not time for it. That was like the worst of 4Kids and the Fox Box and Fox Kids cartoons. Number 5, what is your top 5 favorite TV shows of all time? For him, it's Breaking Bad, Walking Dead, Smallville, Dexter, and Arrow. Oh, God. Rattling off the name. I'm really into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. right now. That's one of my favorites. Gotta go with The Simpsons. Season 2 to 9, 10, 11-ish, what everyone considers the good seasons. I know I heard James Rolfe ranting on this a little bit, but I like me some Beast Wars. Here in Canada, it was called Beasties because on our youth channel, YTV, you couldn't have a title with anything with the word war in it. That's why War Plants was named Shadow Raiders, and that's why they gave Beast Machines a generic name all across so that there was less confusion, I should say. Power Rangers, any form of Power Rangers. I'm more going to nostalgic stuff, so Transformers, G.I. Joe, He-Man, Masters of the Universe, all that good stuff. Not really big into all the new TV. I mean, Smallville is something that we might actually get into, and Arrow is something we're going to start watching. If you could, okay, number 8, he says, if you could work for any game developer, who would it be and why? I would work with the company that's making Darksiders because I want to make sure that 3 is the biggest and best of the series. Number 9, what game or games have you not personally beaten that would surprise people? For him, he has not yet beaten Ocarina of Time. I'm one of those types of people that when I set out to beat a game, I will do it. probably some Final Fantasy games. 7, 9, 6, the first one. The only ones I've ever beaten are 4, 8, and 10. Those are the only Final Fantasies I've beaten. Oh, sorry, 13. But we'll get to that soon. Number 10. What went through your mind when back at E3 2013, Don Matrix said to get an Xbox 360 if you don't have stable internet? Thought that was kind of a dickish move. Yeah, I know that the big argument with, like Steam is always online DRM, and Xbox One was originally going to be, and technically still is unless you get the update. And technically still is for some things. There was the infamous stream from Team Spooky, who narrates and commentates on fighting game tournaments, where they were playing Killer Instinct at a tournament. And because the Xbox One was not connected for internet for over 24 hours, it kicked them out of the game and would not let them continue, even though that the game was, fully purchased and working on the system that it was purchased on intentionally. But yeah, that sucks. And his attitude towards the whole always R and DRM, which everyone else at Microsoft has, done a complete 180 on, that's what led to him being let go. And I guess he went to Zynga, and I guess he's no longer at Zynga. I don't know. I don't follow a whole lot of these people, but yeah, a lot of people don't have stable internet. If I was still living back where I grew up and I want an Xbox One, they'd be like, no, you need high-speed internet, and high-speed internet will never come to your area unless we build a gajillion dollars worth of skyscrapers in this rural little mountain area, and that won't happen. So, number 11, do you think Roman Reigns could be the next top guy to replace John Cena? It's too early to tell because he is pretty flashy for a big guy. He can do the triple power bomb when he's got when he's got Ambrose and Seth Rollins with him. The spear's nice and flashy. The Superman punch. A lot of people use that. Could he replace John Cena? Absolutely not. Could he be a top guy? Maybe. We have to see how well he does on promos. And the week before Vicky Guerrero left the company, his little segments with her, not enough to knock me off my socks. But he's still young in his career. He's been with the company for 2 years, so we'll have to wait and see. Number 12. With Mortal Kombat X announced, are there any special characters that you would like to see included? You'd like to see Freddy back again, and perhaps Jason. Well, the rumor going around is that Ed Boon is thinking of putting Predator into that. If he's included just as like a side character, not included in any story, then that's fine. As far as any other special characters, I wasn't really a big fan of Freddy being included, or Kratos in the PS3 version. Not really a big fan of like those special types of characters. You'll see in another video how I feel about those types of characters. Number 13. Do you think the Arkham Knight, or who do you think the Arkham Knight is? I know that Rocksteady said it was an original character made for the game, but that could simply be a ruse. I was actually watching a video last night. The Super Best Friends by Zaibatsu are currently doing a theme month this month where they're playing all superhero-related video games, and they're playing Batman Brave and the Bold. And there is a rumor circulating that they're thinking could be true, that Robin, Tim Drake, could be the Arkham Knight. No longer wanting to stand in the shadow of Batman anymore and Bruce Wayne, and decides that he'll be the new Batman. I'm thinking it possibly could be Dick Grayson, Nightwing, or it could be Jason Todd, Red Hood. They have not even mentioned Jason Todd in any of the games, so he could come back to be the Arkham Knight. Because this has happened before in a series called Batman Battle for the Cowl. While Bruce Wayne was still floating around in the ether of space, there was a big debate about the Bat family. So Dick, Damian, Jason, and others saying someone has to be Batman while Bruce is gone. Someone has to take up the mantle, and no one wanted to do it. And then out came Jason Todd, who started dressing up as Batman and killing people, and that led to a big fight, and that's when Dick Grayson took over Batman until Bruce eventually came back. So yeah, it's hard to say. It'll be a great game. I still got to get an Xbox One to actually play that, and yeah, we'll wait on that. Number 14, Fallout 4 or The Last Guardian? Which game is most likely to come out first? Fallout 4. I hardly doubt that The Last Guardian is even a video game at this point. I've seen three different trailer tech demos of bird dog animal and some weird guy with a poncho, and people are going apeshit saying this is going to be the best game ever, and you haven't seen anything. So yeah, doesn't matter. Fallout 4 will come out first. 15. What game or games do you find getting praise to the moon, but you yourself can't seem to get into? Final Fantasy VII. Everyone praises that. You know, Sephiroth kills Aerith, and Cloud and Sephiroth are the best video game characters ever. Just couldn't get into it. I can't. And for some reason, I don't understand why, like, the cutscenes in the early part are, like, they all have, like, the blocky biceps, like the low polygon count, and then later on they're, like, fully realized. That doesn't make any sense to me. Probably I have to actually sit down and play it. Anything else that gets praised to the sun? Skyrim. I'll probably play. I'll play that, but with a shit ton of mods to make it more entertaining. I can't get into Skyrim at all. Like, I can't get into first person, because basically the way I've seen it since Oblivion, Bethesda has been trying to sell you the same video game over and over again. That being the first person RPG, which is Oblivion, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, and Skyrim. To me, they look like the exact same game reskinned. But that's just me. Final question. If you could sleep with any video game character, who would it be and why? I apologize in advance if this question gets you into hot water with Melanie. I don't know. I really don't know. I know that's a cop-out answer, but there's really no video game character that strikes me as like, oh, geez, I want to put my P in her V. No, can't think of any. Sorry. That's all of the long tirade of questions from Mr. Adam Buskirk. Thank you so much for asking. I will have to cut it down to 2 questions. So if you ask multiples, I will just pick the best and go from there. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. And if you have a question to ask, please leave it in the comments down below, and I will answer it on next week's episode. Until then, I'm Johnny Chase, and you all have a good one.